How to use a mummifying Amun Ra in Egypt. Firstly, the Amun Ra still live in Egypt. So then the chest, then you turn to Amun Ra, then you live many years ago. 100 years ago, the Amun Ra takes its place of burial in Kairos in Egypt. The Amun Ra is the king of their god of your Egypt, called as King Tutankhamen. Did many years ago, but now you turn to mummification. And many nights go by, but till many days again, so that the mummifying sculptures of Egypt. But the Egypt, then you see the mummifying this one. But here again, so that here goes, but then you be turned to be a mile ago. Very many days. But mummification skeleton, but the mummy, you have stay here to rest. But still a rest. But I hope that thing is the mummifications after Amun Ra. But the Amun Ra, can you see on your Amun Ra? They live in the cemetery. But the Amun Ra still have lived in the mummifications. But the mummification, here you go with this one. But the Amun Ra, very sorry for you. But the Amun Ra, but still have a rest in peace, live in history. But have a positive, and then you a negative, then look like a mummified skull. Many years ago. But everything else. But then you see it, but I hope that thing you go. But the mummified, the Amun Ra still live in Egypt. Was the god of your Hydra, to call it as the Amun Ra. The Amun Ra. Then you see the god here called Osiris. Then Osiris. Then you see the birds of Egypt. In the stage of the world, there you see pyramids of called the Red Pyramid. Then a red pyramid, you see you come about your called the Anubis. The Anubis will come again. You see a mummifying skeleton called Amun Ra. Then you saw her touching about your foot is called like to death all day. But the Amun Ra wants to cannot stay alive. But the Amun Ra, then you see it for use. Then Amun Ra, then you see it again for a few years ago. But the Osiris, then you see Anubis, then you call it again. Then Osiris, then you call them Anubis to put your guard, then to inject many years ago for Egypt. Then an Egypt, then you see this for Egypt lives in Egypt. Then you saw, here comes the ejecting for use. Then you got died. Then you see it for used to be a mummifying. You call the mummifying Amun Ra. Then the Amun Ra. Then you see Amun Ra still heart beating faster, but not to still alive. But then a mummy. Then you see Amun Ra's there for use. That case, the Amun Ra's are living the Red Pyramid. Then Red Pyramid, it has lived in Giza in the city of Egypt. Here's the other words of hieroglyphics of Egypt. Then many years ago, the hieroglyphics of Egypt and has to speak the other words of called Amun Ra. Then Amun Ra, then you see the Egyptian gods to use that they thought. They're mainly called as the hieroglyphics of Egypt. Then hieroglyphics of Egypt to the other words. Then the hieroglyphics of Egypt, then you cut it out for use, but leaving the red pyramid. Then the red pyramid, and you saw it. Then you cut up the red pyramid to see a hieroglyphics of Egypt named Amun Ra. But the Amun Ra, then you cut up like this one. But then you saw there will go there to inside. Then you see there's the hieroglyphics of Egypt, mainly as one the hieroglyphics of Egypt. They're called the god of Egypt. Then you see the hieroglyphics of Egypt. Then you cut up for use. Called the door. Then open the door here. As they maintain the hieroglyphics of Egypt for use to under. Oh, it's Amun Ra. The Amun Ra still have a mummifying of Egypt. The mummifying of Egypt as they thought. The Amun Ras, then you keep it inside. But the Amun Ra, there you look at this way at the back as one. But the Amun Ra, then you see the Amun Ra still living a rabbit in the world. Then Amun Ra, then a cut of years in the world. But here comes the Amun Ra. The Amun Ra has to be dot as they thought. But Amun Ra wants to stay at their death. But Amun Ra look like the light of the pyramid of the red pyramid. Then you see the Amun Ra. Then you see Amun Ra. They're still living the mummification of Amun Ra, living the kings of their desert. Called the king of the desert is called Amun Ra. There many of Amun Ra lives in the red pyramid. The red pyramid. Then you see the red pyramid as one. Then you see that way. But Amun Ra, then you see that they're cut off their death. But the Amun Ra, then you see at their death of their mummies in the world. But the mummy, then you see your mummifying in the world. But the mummies are really caught of death. But the mummy are getting looks of a rest.